Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for joining in. We've got Isaac and Rachel and Lane and Jules. Nice to see you, and Allison and Jill, and Andrew and Sandra and Cassie and Kimberly, Louise. Great to see you. And we've got Heather and Lisa. So thank you everyone so much for joining. This is your Sunday yoga practice. So it's your Sunday noon practice. It's a 45-minute practice. My name's Maddie, if we haven't yet met. Today, all you need is a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, you can just use a towel or the carpet should be fine enough. But really that's all you need, and some comfortable clothes. So thank you everyone so much for joining, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there who have joined. Today we'll focus our Mother's Day on Mother Earth. So just thanking Mother Earth, and maybe welcoming a different perspective into our Mother's Day practice. So without further ado, we'll start seated, cross-legged. So finding your way onto your mat, maybe rocking side to side, rolling the shoulders down and back, and we'll go inwards for a second into our practice. So sometimes, and when you just get on your mat, you can still be maybe coming from what you were just doing. So whether it's coming from a brunch or maybe you're working on the weekends, you can still be in the exterior world. So to turn inwards, we'll start by rubbing our hands together. So trying to make friction and warmth between the hands. And then as soon as you feel that you've really warmed your hands, we'll put our hands over our eyes, and this will create darkness and warmth to help us go inward. And then we'll try and focus on our breath. So really warming the hands as much as you can. And then when you're ready, placing your hands on your eyes, feeling the warmth and also the darkness at the same time. Taking a minute to shut off the outside world and to go inward. To breathe a big deep breath in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Let this help you release any worries, any thoughts, and return to the natural rhythm of your breath. When you're ready, we'll release the hands, roll the shoulders down and back, and then we'll do a different technique again today. It's called thumb gazing. So as we inhale, we'll stretch the thumb out long, and as you exhale, we'll stretch the thumb back in towards our eyes. And this just really shows the different perspective and the gaze that you'll take. So inhale, really gazing at the thumb's fingernail, and inhale to draw the thumb forward. And then exhale, drawing the thumb back towards your face. Just noticing the shift with the eyes as you inhale, things beyond the thumb become more clear. And as you exhale, your focus still staying on the thumb, things behind the thumb become more foggy. So inhale to lengthen, finding maybe a little bit more clearness in the vision, and exhale to draw the thumb closer, really seeing the thumb more clearly. Inhale to lengthen long. Exhale for the thumb to come back towards the face. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale long. Exhale to come back through to center. Last one here. Inhale and then exhale. Releasing the hand down. We'll start by lowering the forearm down towards the earth, and then sweeping the left arm up and over. So as you start sweeping, maybe that elbow starts to come down. Really focusing on keeping that left sit bone rooted. It's going to tend to want to lift up, but the point is to find the opposing stretches. So this part of the body is pulling down, while this part is pulling up, really helping to open up. And then we'll inhale to come back up through to center, and then exhale to find this on the other side. So really rooting through that right hip, stretching and opening through the opposite side body. Inhale to come back up, both arms up overhead. Exhale the hands through to heart center. pausing a moment here, maybe to set an intention for your practice. So maybe it's finding a moment to share kindness for your mother this Mother's Day. Maybe it's taking a chance today to be out in Mother Earth. Or maybe it is the breath today and staying with the breath. Whatever it is, breathe it in through the nose. Fill yourself up with this intention. Exhale to release. One more breath here. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale to release. We'll sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale to forward fold here. So the arms come down to the earth, letting everything melt here. Breathing in a big deep breath. Exhale, see if you can sink a little bit lower. Let your next inhale start, bring you back up to center. So rocking again from side to side. We'll extend the legs out in front of us. So bringing the legs out long, we'll bring the right foot so it comes up and over, making a figure four. The foot is flexed and the knee is bent. We'll bring the hands behind the body and then bend into that left leg, so the long leg. And then we'll simply move the hips towards that foot to find a stretch in the right glute. Keeping the foot flexed to protect the knee and the ligaments. And then when you're ready, we'll undo. So sliding the seat back, stretching the legs long, and then stretching both legs long here. Maybe rumbling the legs out. Then we'll lift the left leg up and over, flex the foot. Bring the hands behind the back, bend into that right knee. And then maybe this is where you stay, or with your breath and with the openness, you can start to move your seat towards that right foot. So just moving slowly, and never staying in a pose stagnant and still, but always trying to play with your edge. So if you notice this is beginning to feel very comfortable and easy or passive, then you can start to slide forward a little bit more, just to always feel that you're engaging. And then when you're ready, sliding all the way back, straightening that leg, both legs come straight, rumbling the legs a little bit here. We'll lift the right leg up and over. So we're gonna cradle this leg. If this is not an option for you today, you can simply just put the weight on the knee to help open it, or you can come back to that original stretch we just did. We're gonna use the crease of the elbow and put it into the foot. So the foot comes into the crease, the hand grasps and grips along the shin, and then you're just rocking your leg almost like a baby. And what you're really doing is massaging the femur into the hip socket. So we're really starting this movement slowly. It's a very small movement, but think of the head of the femur, so the head of the top of the leg bone is really being massaged into your hip socket. Taking one more circle, then going the other way, finding balance. If you've gone in one direction, always unwinding into the other direction. And then when you're ready, we'll release that, stretching the leg long, and then bring the opposite leg up, using the crease of the elbow to plant it in the foot, bringing the arm long against the shin, and then first just rocking maybe the leg like a baby. It could be more of a back and forth motion. And then coming back into that circular motion. And this might feel more stiff. On this side, for example, for me, this is a little bit more stiff than the other. So my range of motion is a little bit smaller, but just without holding any judgment, just noticing and observing and getting to know the body a little bit more closely, and just seeing if you can open up this side a little bit more. And then when you're ready, we'll stretch that leg out long. Inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead, finding Dandasana. As you exhale, forward fold, melting the heart towards the legs, the hands around the soles of the feet, maybe at the shins. Exhale to forward fold a little bit more if you can. Really playing with this notion of not staying still during your practice, but always finding more room and more depth. On your exhale, maybe you can fold a little bit more. And then inhale to come all the way back up, stacking the shoulders over top of the hips. We'll swing the legs around, coming into a tabletop position. So the hands are shoulder distance apart, the knees are hip distance apart. Spreading the fingers wide here. The tops of the feet can be down on the mat. We'll do a little bit of core work here. So first, and glute work. So first we will open the leg up to the side. So the knee opens and then closes. As you inhale, the knee opens, coming in line with the hips. As you exhale, it comes back and almost touches the knee. So inhale as you open and exhale as you close. Just feeling this really in the standing glute. So the left glute here, letting the breath help you lift the leg and letting the exhales help you lower the leg. Pressing into those hands, strong and tall. We'll take one more round here. And then pausing with that leg open up to the side, we'll extend the leg to the side. So flexing the leg, and we'll just find little pulses here. So squeezing the leg, finding slight little pulses up and down. And then we'll find forward circles. So circling that leg, almost imagining that you're tracing as small as a quarter. So the circle is quite small. These movements are tiny. And then unwind, finding circles in the other direction. We'll bend the knee back and then exhale to lower, inhale to lift. 3 more on this side. 1 more, let your inhale lift the leg and let your exhale lower the leg. We'll shake the hips from side to side here. You might feel that in that left glute. And then when you're ready, we will find it on the other side. So inhale to lift that leg out to the side, exhale to lower. The inhale helps you lift, the exhale helps you lower, really finding your foundation through those hands, your Hasta Bandhas, pressing into each knuckle. And if you're looking at it more energetically, if you look down at the hands, you're thinking the thumb, the pointer finger, and the pinky finger are all energetically drawing in towards the center to almost create a suction cup onto the hand. So really trying to find those small details. We'll take 1 more on this side. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. This time inhale to lift, exhale to extend the leg long. Point the toe, do slight little pulses here, up and down, very small movements. Nice work squeezing the core tight. And then we'll do small circles. So tracing small circles forward, almost imagining that quarter size circle. Very small, very minute movements. And then unwind, finding your circles the other way. Taking 1 more circle here, bend the leg, and then lower back down. We'll find a couple more lifts here. Really engaging our glutes, warming up our body, feeling and building the fire. Taking 2 more here. This is 1, and then this is 2. We'll exhale to sink back into our child's pose. Take the knees wide, send the hips back over top. The hands can be wide in front, settling into Balanasana, letting the forehead reach the mat. And then finding your way back to a tabletop position. We'll find some cat-cow here as you inhale, lower the belly, round the heart forward. Exhale, press into the hands, round the spine, knees between the thighs or at the navel. Inhale, lower the belly, feel the abdomen stretch here. Exhale to feel the stretch on the top of the shoulder blades. Inhale to lower and sink the belly, feel the exaggerated curvature of the back. Exhale to press, feeling almost as if you could rip the top of your shirt. Inhale to lower down, and then exhale to press up. We'll find a neutral spine here. We'll move with our breath, also finding child's pose here. So as you inhale, finding cow. As you exhale, finding cat. Continue exhale, shift the hips back, almost finding a child's pose. Let the inhale wash you forward into your cow. Exhale to press up into cat. Continue exhaling, sink the hips back over top of the ankles. Inhale, leading with the nose, wash like a wave forward into your cow. Exhale into cat. Continue your exhale, shift your center of gravity back. Inhale, lead with the nose, wash forward into cow. Finding this organic movement, letting this be your own. Maybe even letting the exhales lead more smoothly into the inhales as you make this your own practice. Taking one more round here. And then finding your neutral spine here. We'll find barrel rolls here. So lowering the belly down, really just focusing this movement on the torso. So thinking of a barrel and you're moving in a circular motion and thinking of the torso doing that. So this might feel a little awkward or look a little awkward, but really you're trying to sink the belly down, lift it up to the side, and then sink the belly down. So slightly bending the elbows here, moving to the side of your mat, lifting up, and then lowering down. So really feeling the stretch in the shoulders, maybe even the arms, maybe even the torso. Taking one more round this way and then opposite way. Unwind, stand tall through the hands, shift to the side, lower down. Really feeling almost like those large wine barrels, trying to make that circular motion with the body from side to side. Taking one more in this direction, and then we'll find our neutral spine. Finding that neutral spine, curl the toes, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Melt the heart here, pedal the legs out. Just noticing how your body feels today. We'll walk the feet up to meet the hands, coming into a forward fold, finding that forward fold, suspending from the hips. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to forward fold, bend the knees, root to rise, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale the hands through to heart center. Exhale the hands to the hips, step the right foot back, warrior one. So bending into the front foot, the back foot's at a 45-degree angle. The feet are on railroad tracks, so they're not in line with one another, but the foot is off to the side. 45-degree angle, bend into the front knee, the hips are facing forward. Inhale the arms up overhead. Spread the fingers wide, pinkies rotate inward, feeling the stretch all down that right hip flexor here. We'll find pyramid pose here as you exhale, straighten the front leg. Lift up on your inhale out of your hip socket to forward fold. So with that long back, forward folds here, and then lower down. Maybe you reach for the mat or your shin or the thigh, or maybe you have a block or some aid that you can rest your hands on. But just notice where you are today. You're feeling this all down that left hamstring. And just noticing that when you lift up and out and forward, it gives you more room to fall over that leg rather than when your spine is short, you don't get that same stretch. We'll bend into that front knee, pivot both feet so they're facing forward. You can even use a little rocking motion, so bend and step that foot back into a high plank position. Option to lower to the knees here or find your chaturanga down. Inhale for upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale for downward facing dog. We'll step, hop, or walk to the front of our mat, coming into a forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, root to rise, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale your intention through heart center. Pausing a minute here. Maybe thinking of your mom on Mother's Day, sending love and gratitude and graciousness. Feeling it pulse through your heart. Exhale the hands to the hips, step back with the left foot. So warrior two on the opposite side, back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Bend into the front knee, feeling the stretch now on that left hip flexor, making sure those hips are tracking forward. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Spread the fingers wide, slight rotation of the pinkies inward. Bending into that knee, making sure the knee's tracking right over top of the ankle, not going past the toes. Finding your drishti, your point of focus, to help keep your attention centered. We'll exhale to straighten that front leg. Inhale, lift up through the spine. Exhale to forward fold. And then when you reach no more with a flat back, lower the hands down to the block, to the shin, to the mat. We'll bend into that front knee, pivot both feet so they're facing forward, maybe a slight rock forward to help you bring that foot back into your high plank position. Feeling strong here. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll lift the right leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bring the knee to the chest, hover in a high plank position. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to right elbow, maybe a slight bend in the elbows. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to left elbow. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest, hover here. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, up. Exhale to left elbow. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. We'll find this on the same side. So maybe lowering down to tabletop for a second here, giving your wrists a break. Finding a couple breaths before we press back into downward facing dog. All right, here we go. Inhale the left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, hover, high plank position. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Slight bend in the elbows here. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to opposite elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. One more time. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Walk the feet up to meet the hands, forward fold, staying here for a couple breaths, settle in. Slight rock from side to side, maybe a slight bounce in the knees to help you release and relax the upper body. And then when you're ready, we'll reach the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and then reach those fingers up overhead. So finding a stretch here for the shoulders, for the triceps. Let the head hang heavy, shaking it yes and no. Releasing yourself from any worries, from any thoughts. Exhale the hands back down to the back. Release the hands down, back towards the feet. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, root to rise, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale the love and light through to heart center, closing the eyes down, feeling connected to your breath, connected through the feet to Mother Earth. Exhale to release the hands down to the hips. We'll step back now with the right foot, finding a warrior two legs. So the back foot's parallel to the back of the mat. The front foot is bent, the toes facing forward. The hips, instead of warrior one where they're facing forward, they're now facing the side. So opening those hips up, really feeling the stretch and the strength in the inner thigh. Inhale to sweep the arms up over to a T position, gaze over the left middle finger. We'll find some breath work here. Flip the palms, inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, sink down, warrior two. Flip the palms, find your inhale to stretch long and tall, gaze up towards the hands. Press the energy down, sink into warrior two. Inhale to reach and lift, gaze is soft at the hands. Exhale to sink down, one more here. Flip and lift. Exhale and sink. We'll find eagle arms here. So reaching the right arm under the left and then reaching for opposite hands. So if this is not in your practice, then reaching for opposite shoulders here. If you know eagle arms, twisting the hands. So right under left, Hands come together, lifting those elbows in line with the head. And then exhale to release the hands to the hips. We'll pivot the left foot so both feet are facing forward, and then lift the heels up and in an inch towards the midline. The feet are at a 45-degree angle, finding our goddess pose or Devasana. The knees come out wide. We're gonna bring the hands a little different. So one elbow will be down, and the other elbow will be up, and both will be at 90 degrees. We'll work with our breath here to flip the arms. So as you inhale, we'll switch the arms. As you exhale, we'll switch them back. So really working with our breath work to help us stay present, taking this at your own pace. Taking one more breath here before you pause and then stand all the way up. We'll pivot the feet so they're both facing forward. Bring the hands down to frame the front foot. Slight rock if you need to bring that leg back into your high plank position. Exhale to lower chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale for downward facing dog. Step hopper, walk to the front of your mat. Pausing a minute here, really letting your exhale help you release any worries, any doubts, releasing from any thoughts you might be holding on to. Let the exhales help you soften. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, root to rise, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale the hands through to heart center. Pausing a moment here. Exhale the hands to the hips, step back with the left foot, warrior two legs. So front foot is facing forward, back foot parallel to the back of the mat, knee tracking over top of ankles. Hips now open towards the side, arms come out to a T. Can you sink a little deeper into that front knee? Gaze over the right middle finger. We'll flip the palms, inhale, stretch up, long and tall. Exhale to sink down, warrior two. Inhale to flip and reach long and tall. Exhale to sink. Inhale up. Exhale to sink. One more here, your biggest breath yet. Inhale, let it pull you up. Exhale, let it sink, feeling into that front knee. Can you bend any more? Can you sink any lower? Finding eagle arms on this side. So left under right, bringing the palms together or reaching for opposite shoulder blades. Lifting the elbows in line with the shoulders here. Can you bend even more into that front knee? Exhale to release the hands, bringing them to the hips. Pivot the front foot. So both feet now are parallel to one another. Lift the heels just an inch inward. We'll bend into the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Slight back bend here. Exhale to forward fold. Placing the feet here wherever you want. So for some, parallel might be nice. For others, you might like that 45-degree angle. So just playing with what feels best here. Then we'll bring the hands to the low back. This time with the wide-legged stance, we'll find the arms over top of the head, really stretching those shoulders. As maybe a lot of people are working from home, so at their laptops and their desks, this is a great stretch to really stretch the shoulders and loosen them, letting them eventually lower away from the ears. And then exhale to slowly lower the hands back towards the low back. Release the hands down to the mat. We'll walk the hands over towards the right foot. Bring the opposite hand to the foot or the shin. And then inhale to rotate the right arm up towards press up into a seated position, so hero's pose. The knees come together, the hips stack over top of the backs of the feet. I'll just come forward so you guys can see everything. So from here, we're going to stretch the backs of our feet. So the toes will curl, and then we'll rest the bum over top of the heels. And this weight will help stretch the bottoms of our feet, as many of us might be going on more walks than usual. So maybe our feet need it a little more than ever now. Just connecting and feeling into Mother Earth as the feet press into the mat, into the carpet, and into the earth center, feeling grounded by the thought of being close to the ground, feeling the breath as you inhale, help you lift maybe even the slightest bit of weight off the feet, and then feel the exhale help you sink onto the feet. For some, this will feel quite intense. For others, it won't. So just pausing at any point you need, or getting out of the pose at any point you need. And then when you're ready, we'll walk forward, we'll flip the feet. Maybe you can pat the feet if that feels good, or just letting it go all together. We'll bring the hips back over top of the feet, and this time we'll stretch the tops of the feet. So transferring the weight back, the fingertips face forward, lift the knees if you'd like. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, you're walking the hands back and lifting the knees higher. If you'd like the stretch to be a little bit more passive, then maybe this is enough, and just lowering the chest back feels good to you. So just feeling into your body and following what feels best. And then coming back, we'll do the same for our hands now. So bringing the fingertips, letting them face back, and then sinking into this pose. So for this to be stronger, we'll walk the hands further away from the body. For this to be a little bit more passive, it'll be closer to the body. So just notice where you are today. And then we'll come back. We'll stretch the tops of the hands, so the same thing, but the tops of the hands are there. And for this to be a little bit stronger, you're just sending the weight back. So just notice where you are and just finding that sweet spot. So we've done maybe a lot of typing as you're working from home possibly. So just really giving the feet a break and the hands a break during these stretches. And then releasing that. We'll find pyramid pose one more time. I just would like to show you the stance and how this might be the perfect way to get into pyramid pose. So simply we'll bring the right foot, and the foot will be in line with the knee. So we did do pyramid pose earlier, but this shorter stance might feel best for some. We'll curl the back toes, so the toes are curled, and simply from here, we'll exhale and extend both legs long. So finding that shorter stance, letting it allow you to fold over that leg, and maybe you notice that this stance might feel a little bit more generous for that right hamstring. And then we'll exhale, just simply bending back down into the knees, and then bringing that right knee back, so flipping this all around. So the left foot comes in line with the front knee, the back foot curls, and then the hands come to straddle both the legs. Exhale to extend tall. And then this time, instead of going all the way down, we'll slowly inhale and walk the hands up that left leg, trying to keep a straight back as we come all the way up to standing. Bring the hands to the hips when you can, and then inhale all the way up. We'll bring the feet together. We'll finish with a balancing pose, and I thought it was fitting as Mother Earth is our theme today to do tree pose. So we'll transfer the weight into the left foot, feeling rooted and strong through the left foot. We'll inhale the right knee up to 90 degrees. Open the leg to the side and then reach down with the ankle to press the foot above or below the knee or resting on the mat against the ankle. So finding your tree pose here, bringing your hands to the hips maybe, or maybe in Anjali Mudra or prayer position. This position, Anjali Mudra, has been said to connect the left and right sides of the brain. So maybe feeling a little bit more balanced with the hands here. And imagining that left leg is a tree trunk and beneath the feet are roots going deep into the earth, helping to ground and root you to keep you stable and tall, growing strong through all the way up to the crown of your head. We'll exhale the right knee through to center, releasing the leg down. Hands can come to the hips, swaying from side to side. And then when you're ready, we'll transfer the weight now into the right leg. So really lifting the toes and then lowering the toes, and see if you can feel extremely rooted through all four corners of the foot. We'll inhale the left knee up to 90 degrees. Exhale to open towards the left, reaching down to plant the foot above or below the knee or resting on the ankle with the toes on the mat. And then maybe this time you'd like to extend the arms out long like tree branches. Maybe the fingertips and the fingernails are the tree buds that are about to blossom. And even the hands can mimic a hugging motion, a motion of gratitude towards Mother Earth and everything that she's done for us. Lowering the hands back through heart center, exhaling them down to the hips, and then drawing the knee back through center, lowering down. We'll bend the knees, rocking from side to side, and then inhale to sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale to swan dive forward, walking the hands out into your high plank position, and then out into your downward facing dog. We'll find a closed-legged child's pose. So the knees are together, the toes are together, the palms face up, the forehead comes down to the mat. And then we'll come up, stacking the shoulders over top of the hips, swinging the legs out in front. We'll bring the legs out long and then slowly lowering down all the way to our backs. We'll inhale our right leg all the way up towards the sky. If you have the room, this time we'll lower with a straight leg. The arms can come out in a T, palms facing down, lowering that leg. If you don't have the room, then just bending that leg. But really taking up space, staying with the imagery of hugging Mother Earth. The leg and the arms are wrapped around her, spreading and vibrating gratitude into the Earth's core. Using our core to inhale, squeeze the abdominal region to lift the leg back up through center. And then exhale to slowly lower that leg down. Inhale the left leg up high to the sky, and then exhale to slowly lower it down to the right. Seeing if you can try and keep that left shoulder rooted. Might lift a little bit, but just focusing there. Inhale the leg back up through to center. And this time we'll bend it, bringing the other knee, finding happy baby, reaching for opposite, reaching the hands to the feet, either for the outside edges or the inside edges, pressing the hands into the feet to help root the spine down. Maybe rocking from side to side to massage the low back. Maybe your baby is playful and you'd like to extend the legs and bend the knees. And then we'll find one last hug towards ourself, wrapping the hands around the knees, giving yourself a big hug to find that you found it on your mat today. And then exhale to release, finding your Shavasana, taking the legs wide, the palms open, accepting new energy. Let yourself come into stillness. Let the shoulders release down to the mat, lowering away from the ears. Let the eyes sink, the cheeks sag. Feeling heavy throughout the whole body. Almost as though the muscle was falling away from the bone. When you're ready, we'll roll onto our right side body, bending the knees, bringing the hand to cradle the head. Maybe staying here a little bit longer, pressing up into your tabletop position. The knees can be bent, rocking from side to side, finding your sit bones, rolling the shoulders down and back, feeling the shoulders, the heart, and the hips all in line. The core is engaged. Bringing the hands to Anjali Mudra if this is something you would like to end your practice with. Slight tuck of the chin, maybe closing the eyes. I'd like to end with a quote, and it says, "Happy Mother's Day to our planet, from all of us that call her home. Thank you for all you provide us with, the magic in the air, the power in the breeze. Feel the energy of the plants, the bushes, and the trees. Let yourself be surrounded by nature at its best. Calm yourself, focus, and let love do the rest." Thank you everyone so much for joining me for your Sunday practice. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and we'll see you Tuesday. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you everyone so much, and I hope that to see you on Tuesday. See you later.